Good morning.
Morning.
This is Gail. Gail's a big supporter of the Team Psychopaths. He gave a massive donation for the dogs to me last week, and it was €200.
Yeah, man.
Well done, Gail.
Thanks.
This is episode 4. This episode I'm going to show you what we're going to pack in the bags for a big expedition. I've got most of the stuff now. If you wonder where Dave is, this morning he's cycling on the other side of Limassol. We agreed that we'd just have separate bike rides today because I wanted to come out with Gail, but obviously in the next few videos you'll be seeing lots more of Dave. So let's get on with this. Let's see what we've got in the bags.
Here we go.
Okay everybody, so you can see here what is going on the bike. The bike is there, the panniers, the bags, the tent, the equipment. I'm going to now run through with you what everything that's got to go on that bike. So where do we start? Let's start at the front. The first bag on the handlebars. This is the essentials. Let's just open this, and here it's just stuff that's quick at hand. I've not packed everything yet. There's a lot more to go in these bags, but in here obviously is going to be important stuff like my wallet, credit cards, passport, that stuff, etc. Here it's an instant puncture kit. If you have a flat, this thing, it's always been good for me, these. You can inflate the tube and it repairs, and usually even if you get another puncture it still self-repairs time after time. So this is a very good product to have at hand. If you had a rainy day, you've got the wet lube that just obviously oils the chain. The chain's always got to be clean and well oiled to maintain it and keep it running. Just a few patches there for the punctures if we get any other punctures. Swiss Army knife. This is sentimental to me. My granddad gave me this. I carry this with me everywhere, and we all know that these things can be very useful indeed. This is a spork. From when we're cooking, we can always use these as a spork, as a fork, sorry, and a spoon, and obviously a tin opener for the essential beers that we'll need. This is a very powerful pen torch. It cost me £8 from what's the place called in Stoke there? God, Go Outdoors. This is very bright. This will light up the tent. It's got a red flashing light as well. I don't know if you can see the red there, but this is really useful. Screwdriver for any little gear adjustments. Lighter for the stove. The things that I'll be charging the most are my iPhone for the GPS tracker, making videos, and also the GoPro cable as well. The GoPro uses a lot of power, so I'll be constantly charging that up. Energy tablets for my drink. When you put the water, obviously these things, they're electrolytes, they give you energy, they keep you going. When we're going to be doing 120 Ks, this thing will keep you going, these things. I've got a power bank here, a small power bank, so when batteries get low we can use this. This one is It's just a small multi-tool, which come in very handy, these things. There's also on there tyre levers for if you get a puncture, so that's a good one. Just a face towel, that's always handy as well, especially when it gets hot. I think the further south we'll get, it's going to get hotter and hotter. And just a pen. So that's the first bag. I'll move on now to the frame bag. This one goes on the top bar there. Again, this one's very important because it's waterproof. In this I've got a small first aid kit. A big power bank. This one will charge an iPhone 9 times and an iPad 3 times. There's probably about 2 days worth of electricity there, so if we're out of electricity for a couple of days, that'll keep us up and running with the electronics. That is very useful. This thing here, I won't take it out of the bag, but it's a 5-point USB charger. So with that, as soon as we get to a power point, I can put the 5 devices that I've got with the USB into that, and it will charge them all at once. And leading on to that, this bag here, it's got all the cables in for the electronic devices that we have. And this is the European blue camping adapter that will with a Euro plug in there, I can actually charge all the devices from campsites. I'll put that in there. This all does squeeze in eventually. I've just got here another puncture kit, you know, a few patches and things, you might need them. That's another one there that goes in that bag. Very basic soap bag, deodorant, aftershave just to keep myself sane. Just a bar of soap is enough to wash your hair, wash your body down. Toothpaste, a razor. There's no toothbrush in there at the moment, but I'll saw one and off and just keep it in there for compactness. Let's just get that in there somehow. It does pack better than this, but I'm using one hand at the moment. And earplugs for when Dave snores at night in his tent. So let me just zip this up. That's that zipped up. This bag that goes on the right side of my bike is my clothes bag, my clothes pannier, let's say. Now in here, this is my Ortlieb pannier, my waterproof pannier. Here, these are 20-litre panniers. I'll store stuff like a spare tyre at the bottom, pedal wrench, chain links, which I will unpack obviously, spare cycling kit if you get soaked through. There's a cycling kit there just so you can be nice and dry again. Some gloves, spare ankle socks, spare cleats. After probably about 30 days of cycling, the cleats on my shoes will wear out, so I can replace them with these Shimano cleats. A small roll of ducting tape. Now this is very handy. What do you think, George? This, if you get a hole in your ground sheet, a rip in your tyre, your shoes fall apart, this stuff is amazingly effective. So I always carry some ducting tape with me. Spare cables for gears and brakes if they fail. This thing is a derailleur hanger. Now the derailleur hanger once on this bike sheared off, the chain came off and the bike was immobile, so I've always got a spare one of these now. Very handy indeed. Another instant puncture kit. What we got here, there's one, that's a long sleeved t-shirt, let's say. A t-shirt, another t-shirt and another t-shirt, so I've got 4 t-shirts there in all. 4 pairs of underpants, 1, 2, 3, 4. You never know when you're going to get soaking wet, you're going to get sweaty on the ride, so you do need a nice fresh pair. I can wash these off usually when I'm in the shower with just a bar of soap, rinse them through with soap and wring them out on the floor. More socks, 2 pairs of socks there. Some normality shoes, so when you're off the bike and you're just chilling out, you got your shorts and t-shirt on, there's just some normal pair of shoes. I'll pack them up in a minute. Some just combat trousers. Just Norway, Sweden could be pretty cold, so you'll need to wrap yourself up there a little bit. Here I've got myself a Carrymore fleece. I've tried this on, it's extremely warm, and with this waterproof jacket, another Carrymore jacket, it keeps you extremely warm. These are essential. You never know when it's going to rain and you go cold, so just keep yourself warm. Moving across here now onto the other pannier. This is my camping pannier. Now inside here I've got my sleeping bag, which packs up pretty small. As you can see, it's light. It's a 3-season one, so that should keep me very warm. Bang that in there. An inflatable pillow. A blow up sleeping pad. They say 12 breaths. Actually, I thought it was 20, but they say 12 breaths that this will completely inflate. A coffee cup. Eventually I'm going to get some of those 3-in-1 Nescafes with sugar, whitener and coffee, just to perk us up in the morning. And for breakfast we'll be having energy bars and bananas, that kind of thing. Also in this bag go the locks for the bikes. We'll probably tie both the bikes around the tree, something like that, and we'll stay close to them every time we're camping. Sometimes, as I say, we're wild camping in the likes of Norway and Sweden, but there are campsites as well. Oh, I've just actually seen some shorts there. The shorts ought to go in the clothes bag there. A combination lock. Both me and Dave will have the combination for this, and we've got some other locks as well. There'll probably be 3 locks on both the bikes altogether. This is just a wet bag. If you've got any wet clothes, you can just keep them in there until you get a chance to dry them out sometime. This is my survival food equipment. This is obviously it's a Stanley cooking pot, and inside there's a sponge, obviously, for cleaning after. You can boil water on this, and with this little thing here, this is amazing. It's a MSR pocket rocket. I'll show you this in more detail some other time, but that basically opens out. It is odd being just left-handed here, but you can get the gist. That opens out. I like that with the lighter. Obviously it screws onto a small half gas canister which fits inside there, and you can just boil up some emergency snacks, noodles, boiling water, anything like that. As I say, I'll talk about that some other time when I can show it to you more. Here's the tent packed up. As you can see, it's pretty small. It's about 2 kilos packed up. It fits in my hand. This is what we need. It is difficult to show you all this stuff with just one left hand. George wants to help, but he's too busy playing with his acorn there. But now I'll just I'll pack all the bags up and I'll put it onto the bike and show you how it all fits onto the bike. I'll start off with the top bar bag there. Let's see how we go. 3 simple Velcro straps. 1, 2, 3. Put this on the top bar. Just looking at it, it's just reminding me that I've been carrying water as well, so will Dave. And inside the 2 panty bags will be carrying spare water as well. Water is essential and it's heavy. Next, the tent will go on top of the back rack. And this is held on with bungee cord. The first time I've ever done this, but pretty simple. 1, 2, there we go, 3. That's stable, that's stable. This is now the clothes bag. This will just clip on here onto the rack, like so. Okay, I'll just turn the bike around. It's getting heavy now. Camping equipment. And this bag, I haven't actually got the attachments at the moment, but this one, it just hooks there onto the handlebars. So I think total weight, we're probably carrying about 20 kilos on top of our own weight. So it's a bit different than normal cycling. We've got to train our legs, we've got to just get into it, but I'm sure we should be fine. So that's it, folks. We now move on to the tent.